Hello and welcome to the last kimchicast of the quarterfinals for Worlds 2023. I am Box Kimchi, as always, your host who is always in the center of the frame, except when they aren't in the center of the frame, because I am terrible at graphic design. And today we have the last, as I mentioned, quarterfinals matchup, and this matters so much. That is correct. Yes. Okay, I forgot. LNG did not get second for finishing runners-up in the LPL summer split because they fell short by like 20 points. But here we have LNG, the 3 seed who really should have been the 2 seed, and they've spent all tournament reminding people why they really are the second best team from China and not the third. And LCK's final representative, the last non-Chinese representative, T1, the LCK runner-ups, 2 splits running now. And, I mean, the crowd did explode for this when T1 was introduced, but as has been the narrative, China dominating League of Legends Esports all year long. Obviously, they won their own splits with JDG taking both. Then JDG takes MSI, but the finalists they beat, the other team they beat at MSI, BLG. T1 fell short in the losers finals, and Gen G fell short just before them. And now we see Zeus and Owner taking the Orianna for Faker and Rel for either carry or Owner. Meanwhile, Tarzan will be getting onto the Jarvan here. And now all of the faithful in League, or at least all the faithful outside of China, rely and are hoping for a T1 victory here to prevent an all-LPL semifinals and finals. Kaisa going over to Gala. And there's so many narratives outside of that. I mean, T1 coming together after looking terrible throughout LCK's summer. They've been just worried. And now Aatrox for Zeus. I'm interrupting myself constantly. And Azir for Scout. I mean, T1 looked broken without Faker, and then coming together to rally and qualify for LCK playoffs. And then qualifying for LCK playoffs, getting to the finals, falling to Gen G, but still making Worlds, and then having the roughest Swiss stage, the roughest 3-1 Swiss stage you've ever seen, until they just destroy in the 2-1 match against, I want to say it was BLG. Why is my file explorer taking forever to load? I believe it was. Yeah, against BLG, they took them down en route to the quarterfinals, and now BLG's advanced. T1 have not. Oh my goodness. And Ophelia's banned away from Gumayushi and hung off of the Alistar and Nautilus. Scout. I mean, there's so many narratives. Scout, the former T1 trainee, back when they were SK Telecom, the understudy to Faker in 2016, who just never got to play, moves to China and becomes the cornerstone of EDG for 4 years before winning a world championship with them with it in his second to last season with them in 2021, and now on LNG. It's the first time these two I'm impressed. I believe, yeah, it is the first time Scout and Faker will face off in a best of, and it's incredible. And now Guma, are they looking for the Senekench? And I think they are, because you're not going to put a Kench with a Kaisa, so they will just be able to save that for Keria unless they want to I don't think they're going to put Rel in Keria's hands here. I don't think farming Rel is as strong as a farming Kench. So what is going to be the counter pick? It's going to be Blitzcrank. The Blitzcrank mix crank. Hong. Let's see. I mean, Gala also looking for revenge. Or not even for revenge, but to once again put down T1. Oh, the Gwen into Aatrox is an interesting pick. Gwen hasn't won at this tournament, and we've pretty much only seen it into the Cassante and Jax, so this will be interesting, and this should just be a Kench lock-in, unless they really want to cook here. But Gala looking to knock out Faker in Busan again. It's too perfect. Oh! Second Nila of the tournament, and Gumayushi is gonna be farming. Now, I've seen one Senna Nila before, and it went terribly. It went absolutely horribly. It was an amateur. It was like tier 3 amateur NA league, and it went horribly. Now, we're going to have to see what T1 can do, because I do believe Gumayushi and Carrier are better than some Diamond Platinum players by a little bit, just by a bit. I think one of the best bot lane pairings of all time I'm willing to already put it in the books. They're going to become one of the best, but one of the best bot lane pairings at this tournament. I think they're a bit better than some Platinum Diamond players. But this Blitzcrank, going to be such a menace, but with... oh my god, I have to actually... God damn it, I have to look up Nila's abilities, because I don't know them. I've never had to see Pro Nila before. Alright, we're going to have to work around it. Let's do this. But with that Jubilant Veil, if Blitz hooks, when Hong hooks Guma, if he hooks Guma, it's going to be so hard to hit him because of the Veil. Just can dodge all the auto attacks that they throw, and including the airborne if he times it properly or pre-inputs it before he gets pulled into the entire team. So this is going to be very difficult to play around without spell weaving, because they only have one real ability here that can take out during that they could use to get rid of the Jubilant Veil in lane, which is the Acathian, right? And it's not going to be doing that much. Level 1, rank 1, rank 2. So it's going to be a matter of time. We're going to have to see what they do with this. And told you, these narratives, they keep coming. T1, this could be, if the rumors are true, this could be the end of T1 as we know this roster. This could be their last shot together as a unit. And we've seen them come so close, but... Oh, what a gold diff! Sick gold diff chart. But this roster have come close twice now to international glory. I mean, 3 times now. 3 times running, they've been so close. Gala last year with RNG knocking Faker and Co. out of MSI 2022, making it to finals and just barely losing out in Game 5 against DRX. And then MSI falling short to BLG in the lower bracket finals. This would be brutal if this is truly the last dance for this roster. For them to go empty-handed. And for LNG, this is literally the furthest LNG have ever made it in an international event, because they've been to 2. This is their second international. So this is a roster of a bunch of players who were sent off from their main teams, except for, I believe, Zika is the only one, and maybe Hong were the only ones here last year. Tarzan, Scout, and Gala were all signed in the offseason. And this is so weird to see a team of mostly players brought together this summer, or not even this summer, last winter, but Faker getting a massive trade here and forcing the flash out of Scout. Does he have the ability to follow? Doesn't have another attack dissonance, but can actually do it whatever he wants here because he has the flash available. The only issue is going to be this turret. Oof. I was saying, this T1 roster, this is their 3rd year together now, I believe. And so, world's longest, not even an experiment, this is just, they gotta get everything, and Tarzan has stolen everything. Oh my goodness. Tarzan stole everything from Owner. Owner didn't go to steal the red, but he's going back to steal the red now, because he knows that Tarzan is just taking everything, so he's fine with it. Isn't it irony that Tarzan's named and he's a jungle player, or is this intentional, or what? Faker taking his back here in such a good wave state. In a slow push with the teleport. Boom. Owner steals away the blue or the red buff, so they should be about even now. Yeah, just chug that one and then Slow drink the other one. Owner coming in for a play. There's no flash available for Scout. He has to jump over the wall here, but he's walking over to Tarzan, actually. So if this bait... Owner knows to not overextend here because he could be staring down a Tarzan engage if he's not careful. But he might be greeting a bit hard, but he is able to walk away with most of his life. Not even most of his life, with 3 of the small chickens as well. And just very aggressive. Zika should be in a really good spot here. And Owner going for Krugs. I feel like we've seen this before. Sorry. I speak sarcastically about last year. And are they going to be able to... Are they looking for a dive here? Because, nope, it's just going to be Owner backing. And Guma in a really good spot in terms of CS. Almost over an entire wave ahead, and will remain about a wave ahead here, even after this wave is claimed. Whew. So, I mean, this T1 roster has been heating up, and LNG's just been playing pretty much great all tournament. Their only loss coming to tournament favorites, JDG, as Zeus takes a really rough trade here, is going to be able to spot out Tarzan, so just isn't going to overstep here. If Tarzan also wants to run up, he knows Owner's right here, so will not be able to walk forward without giving his life. And Zeus trying to get his back, but he just can't right now. And Owner has flash available. Zeus has ulti available too. That ulti's not going to do much of anything comparatively. Here is Owner just going to take his back. And Zeus just wants to recall as well. And Zeus has to stay. He doesn't want to burn his teleport. And now Tarzan coming in. Zika has the ulti. Tarzan going to jump forward, flash out of Zeus, and now the World Ender is out, but the needlework, he's not going to be able to hit anything. Zeus has the dodges, but I don't think he has the health, and Zika's going to secure the first blood with the snip. And now LNG, first blood, and this is huge. Again, the LPL has been running the leagues, just professional league, all year. And them qualifying, them putting all 4 seeds in the semifinals would be the ultimate statement of the LPL, of its dominance. I also need to know Gwen abilities, because I don't know what her Q is called. I should. I really should, because I've played a bit of Gwen. It is Snip Snip. I didn't even know that. I just said that. I was just saying Snip Snip because it was funny. It is skip and slash. Damn, I'm good. Damn, I'm good. No, I'm not. And now Zika just kind of able to do whatever. Just Zeus can't really afford to stare him down and fight him. He's so far behind here. And Zika going to take his back now. Kill in hand, 700 gold ahead. Already has the boots finished. Now it's just time to go for this Nasher. Oh, it's going to actually be a Leeching Leer. So we might be seeing a Riftmaker rush from Zika. Or at least maybe could also just be a Leeching Leer. And Zeus just took his back and he's going to take another one. Seeing this wave has just crashed. And now Hex Drinker done for the top laner T1. And this can at least give him some protection. And yep, there's the level advantage just coming through. That's exactly what Neela does for reasons no one knows. Owner, and now Tarzan's here. Owner just starting the Herald. And are they going to rotate anyone over? Faker is here first with Zeus, so it's going to be hard for LNG to find anything. They have World Ender, they have Shockwave, they have Metal Storm, Magnet Storm. Metal Storm being, I think, a Pokemon move, but Scout gets a shuffle onto Zeus, and now he goes into the World Ender, but there goes the Dawning Shadow. The Shockwave catches Tarzan and Zika. Zika's going to be able to run away for the time being, though, and I think Zika's out of there, but that will be... Yep, that will be Herald. Zika just goes into that Hallowed Mist. Hallowed Mist. It's annoying. And now T1 are back in this game and even take advantage. I mean, look at the CS in mid. Look at the CS in bot. It's such a strong difference here. Guma is in such a strong position. And an incredible Q there. Holy cow. Area. And Faker, in full control of this lane, was able to shove the wave out and walk over to get first rotation into this Rift Herald fight. Massive for T1 to get that back because they needed something to go their way after Zeus just got absolutely caught. And it looks like it's going to be in favor of LNG. An incredible shuffle onto Zeus, but a Dawning Shadow comes in, Shockwave, and it's over for Tarzan. And Zika just has to run away even with the needlework. Just can't get anything done. Scout has no damage. Scout has Scout has a crystal boots, a sapphire crystal boots, and a dagger. He's not doing anything. And so LNG is kind of letting T1 back into the game. They could have just gave over the Herald. It's not like it was key to their game or anything. Especially considering, again, Scout had no items. Scout didn't even have boots finished. Scout had 3 components of an item, of 2 different items. And it wasn't going to be able to do anything with it. So it would actually have been better for him to sit and farm. And now these fans getting loud as T1 will take the Herald and charge it into the turret. And Scout forcing himself to flash, really. And now a nice jump onto Faker from Tarzan, but he's just going to get shockwaved, mount up, and an auto attack from the Demon King secures the kill. And speaking of demons, Zeus in the top lane solos Zika in the World Ender. And now T1 are taking over. There it is. T1 massive plays across the 2 lanes. Not bot lane. Bot lane's just farming. Scout overextends so hard to try and, I guess, shuffle away the Herald, but it didn't work because the Herald was already already starting the charge. So it didn't matter that you hit Faker with it. And then Tarzan jumps in way late trying to catch him under turret, but it didn't work because Scout didn't shuffle him to the turret. And then Zeus is just able to fight Zika, just dodges like everything, just sidesteps everything, and then gets the lifeline. And then just massive Q3 right there. Like Zika just shuffles it away, tries to shuffle away the Herald, and it's just too late for him to try and do that. And then Tarzan tries to follow up with Scout, but there's no... Scout already used Shuffle. Scout already used everything, including Flash. He's not going to be able to go in there. Even if he did have damage, he wouldn't have been able to go in there. And now T1, 2 Drakes, mid-turret is burning down. Like... They almost have mid-turret finish. Zeus is is fully caught up, not catched up. Like, finished item for Faker and Owner now. Bot lane is just getting rolled. Like, it's so massive. 800 gold ahead for Carrier, 600 ahead for Guma. And Gala and Hung just haven't been involved in this game. And this game state is looking so far, the series is going to look good for T1 if they keep playing like this. Or if LNG keep playing like this. They are playing so uncoordinated, which is just completely unlike them. Because this is not the team that took JDG to 5 games. This doesn't look like the team that almost ruined JDG's 3-0 run to the quarterfinals. Like... It does not make sense right now that they're playing like this, and Zeus just gonna let Zika waste the Hallowed Mist. That's his only goal again is to waste Zika's, well, not even Zika's time. Zika's everything. Just waste spells, CDs, or bait Zika to go in. And look at that health bar. Oh my goodness. Eclipse start. And now Owner not going to get spot out as he loops around. Paths pretty smartly, actually. That was a pretty smart pathing job from Owner. I don't know if he knew the ward was there. I'm pretty sure they had a ping on it. So, yeah. Well played. And then just, the ability from just the extra XP pretty much puts Senna on par with most just traditional ADCs in a normal laning state. And you see the XP difference. Gala is even with Keria. And that's just the value you get from having Nila's passive. And Faker versus Scout, the featured matchup. I mean, we have waited, what is it now? We've waited 8 years for these two to finally be able to meet up. Thanks for giving us this economy snapshot. Look at that. 1,500 ahead on Faker. That's such a CS diff. And then the extra kill on top of it just makes it... the extra 2 kills on top of it makes it unbelievably good for the unkillable Demon King. But has Guma and Keria... Have Guma and Keria overstepped, but they dodge everything. And now the TP coming in from Faker. And LNG are going to need to back up. I mean, Flash is out from Flash out from Keria, heal out from Keria. But Guma just used his E, so he didn't care. Is it targeted? It is targeted. Ah, it's not a free dash. And now it's another Herald going over to T1, and there's no chance they fight it. Zika is just going to have to run away, rush the Riftmaker here instead of the Nashor's Tooth, which is something is more seen in places like solo queue. The heck? There we go. I was fixing something. And they're not going to be able to siege this turret in time. There's no chance. Scout just doesn't have the damage, and Faker is here. And now Hong down here, are they setting something up onto Faker? I don't think it's going to work. Yep, Owner's here. They're just going to leave. And T1 about 3,500 ahead now. It's already looking difficult for LNG. And with that Verdant necklace, or whatever the heck it's called these days. Whatever it's called. Verdant necklace? I actually don't know. Verdant pendant? Verdant barrier. Wow, it's a stupid name for a necklace. But with the Verdant being built by Faker and leading in to that Banshee's Veil, it's going to be so difficult to burst him down as they have so much AP. 2 of their carries are AP oriented. So Scout and Zika are just going to be doing less damage. It is Banshee's Veil. Okay. I just had to make sure. And we see the Guild Force coming out from Guma, and I believe that is a Collector coming in second, though. And I want to say Everfrost coming through for Hong, which is pretty common. Everfrost, Even Shroud, both of those are pretty solid. Locket if you really want to. All those are good choices on Blitz. And both of them going for Crown of the Shadow Queen. Zeus gets a nice chunk, but Zika might have turned the fight here. The Lifeline going to be able to heal up. Or not even heal up Zeus, but block a lot of the damage. Guma secures the first turret for T1. Zeus just getting a good chunk of damage, and now Zika trying to chase down and pressure away the top laner. And Scout's going to be here, and they're going to take this turret. Tarzan's up here too. Flash out from Zeus. Good play from LNG on the catch out, but that's going to be 2 turrets for LNG. But the Dragon for T1 is kind of a big deal. They're going to lose 2 turrets and the first turret in exchange for 2 of their turrets with a bounty on them. So not bad. That Drake is going to be an issue if you can't find a team fight against T1 soon, though. But otherwise, I do think this is actually not a bad angle from LNG. because they knew they can't team. They know they can't team fight T1 right now. So why even risk team fighting them over this dragon when we can just secure two different types of objectives, or two different objectives on opposite sides of the map, just to ensure the safety and all that garbage. They will lose 2 turrets for it, including a mid one, but it's their mid and bot versus their top and bot lane. So they actually have really good side laning, not side pushing. That's not how that works. But they have really good side push, actually. I said it anyways. They have really good side laning in Scout and Zika. Gwen and Azir are just able to destroy turrets as well as be very safe while doing it. And they both have teleport, obviously. So in the situation, they can always have at least one of them side laning and the other teleport, and have them teleport available, or have both side laning as teleports are available. It's really their choice here. Is Carry going to be able to spot that ward out? He will spot the ward out. Rift Herald's going top lane here with Owner and Faker. Oh boy. And that's almost an entire top lane gone, though, on the side of LNG. And T1 are looking pretty. They're sitting real pretty. Zika's just going to split push here. In the side lane, Zeus is coming actually to answer, so Zika needs to be very careful here, as the Nash's Tooth is going to be coming through soon. Navari finished for Gala, so actually does have the current, or the active, effective gold lead is the correct word I should have been using there. The effective gold lead in this ADC battle. Tarzan spots out Owner, but I don't think Owner wants a piece, or Tarzan wants a piece of this. Ooh, Hong wanted a piece though, but Owner sidesteps the hook, and so safety. And they're just playing super, I mean, mostly insanely safe here. There's 2 champions I need to actually know the abilities of, and it's Senna, because I don't know what all of these abilities are called. And Tarzan going to take a small chunk of damage. And Scout just going to chunk down Owner a little bit, or just get some damage. It didn't work. And Faker is just in such a strong defensive position. I know that one. And T1 just trying to keep control of this mid lane, and they will succeed. Guma Carry have insanely good wave clear, but Gala also has pretty solid wave clear. He is a Kaisa after all. The Faker can answer Scout pretty easily here, and very safely with the Banshee's Veil, with that crown available. It's just going to be so difficult for Tarzan trying to recall is hilarious, because he just can't. And there it is, the collector finish. I was correct. So they're about even in gold now. Between these ADCs. The Nashor's Tooth now finished for Scout. There we go. He determined that he needed that defensive item first. And now Nashor's Tooth also finished for Rel. Edge of Night for Zeus is very useful. And 35 seconds is the call time on this dragon if they do end up doing this. And what is T1's answer? They don't have any vision of the dragon. They're going to push forward. They only see Zika, and that's not really a convincing amount. Now all of LNG are going to show. And the soldiers set up very aggressively for Scout here. Scout going to lose his crown, though, and that's what's really important. Because now the Shattered Queen is down, so he's very squishy comparatively. And Owner walking forwards. Is he going to be able to steal? Now he jumps in with the Magnet Storm. He's going to steal the Drake, and it's going to be the soul over. And now the Apotheosis is huge. The Shuffle will find no one. Gala forced to flash away in the backline. Zika finds Carrier, but will he be able to find anybody else? No, Guma Yushi secures the kill. Now Zeus finds Gala, and it's a double kill for Zeus. It's the ace for T1, and they will get the Drake soul. They will get the Baron. And T1 demolish LNG in the only team fight we've seen so far. Well, the second massive team fight we've seen. And now they are going to be so firmly ahead. It's only 6,000 at the moment, and that's saying something. Because in a second, it's about to become a lot worse. And Owner does really well dragging Tarzan away and then securing the smite. Oh, brutal. For Tarzan, he's just not got anything. A nice divide to try and keep everybody alive, but Gala just gets chased down by Zeus here. And this Hong kind of just kills his ADC. And Zeus is healing so much. And T1 got to be feeling good as they are firmly in the driver's seat of this game. 8,000 gold ahead now. They destroy the mid-tier 2. It's getting very hard for LNG to really be able to contest T1 in team fights because they have every piece they need and they know exactly how they want to execute these fights now. Because Guma can walk so far forward safely, it's going to be really hard, and Faker is just so strong. And, oh my goodness, 9,000 damage between the three. I mean, that's actually 10,000 plus from the three carries of T1. Owner just dancing around it. He's barely taking any damage here. He's so strong. And now they're going to start sieging this bot tier 3. T1 are going to start spreading LNG thin with these Baron waves. Oh, Owner dodges another hook. Hong just hasn't really hit any. And they're going to try and jump onto Zeus, but there's no damage. There's no threat. Zeus just walking forward. Tarzan doesn't land the flash. Zeus, it gets hooked into 3, and Hong might have just killed his entire team. Guma Yushi has a kill. Carry has a kill. It's a double kill for Guma Yushi. It's a double kill for Zeus, and it's a double ace for T1 back-to-back, baby, and they will take game 1. They fight back against the rule of the LPL of LNG, and they put game 1 in the books with a 6,400 Baron power play, and they sit 2 wins away from the semifinals. And this Korean crowd really, really getting behind T1. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of KT, Gen G, Hanwha Life, DRX. You are a T1 fan for the rest of this tournament because your region needs to believe. And that was a statement win from T1. It never was even close. I mean, LNG first blood, and they couldn't do anything with it. After that first blood, Herald fight goes horribly wrong. I mean, bot lane was just always behind. And once they got to, I mean, there were only like 3 team fights, and one of them was the Herald fight that went terribly wrong. Then there was Drake fight that they got rolled in. And then that last one wasn't even a team fight. That was trying to pick off Zeus. And by trying to pick off Zeus, Hong kills his entire team by hooking a Q3 Aatrox into 4. That's just not what you want. And so T1 don't even make it look difficult. So LNG's got their homework, got their work cut out for them as they look to even this series up in Game 2. T1 look to take a stranglehold lead on LNG's hopes of the LPL's hopes. And we are back after the world's worst transition or outro or whatever you want to call it, as we are ready to, just about ready to get into the draft of Game 2. T1 1-0 lead in this series after just about destroying LNG in every way possible, though LNG definitely helped themselves to a smackdown by not even looking like they were interested. They didn't even look like they were on the same page as each other. They were just jumping forward constantly, and it never worked out. Yeah, there's the T1 fans. And T1, if anyone had doubts about T1 entering today because of their summer split or because of some of their shaky plays throughout Worlds, it doesn't seem like any of it matters because they look pretty solid right now. Zeus had a pretty rough early game, but after that, it was just over. There was no chance of LNG getting back into that game, and T1 are pretty much able to do whatever they want in the series because it's going to be LNG having to answer as they lock in this Maokai for Tarzan. And again, it's LNG. They need to work to answer T1 because T1 aren't feeling the pressure to do much of anything. They're going to take away the Orianna just in case Scout wants to jump onto it. The Azir taken away by LNG because they wanted to first pick Maokai. Rumble again banned away. Xayah and Nico always banned away. And Owner probably going back onto the Rel because he is so damn good at it. It's just so hard to face off against them. And they're just going to call it. They're not even going to question it. They're going to put Zeus right back on the Aatrox. No questions asked. They're ready to go. Oh boy. Aatrox, thanks to Zeus, is at an even win right now. Congratulations, Aatrox. And is this going to be a flex Jace? I do believe it will be. Unless they really think they can put a Gnar into this. It will be a flexible Jace. And one more star for Scout. It would be very nice. And 10 and 10 on Jace. Well, he's fallen off. If you remember, the common quotation of don't give Jason... Jace was pretty much permanently banned in China because if he gave it over, it was throwing Zika back onto the Gwen. I'm not... No. 0-4 for a reason, I say. And Faker's just going to take Sylas into the Jace immediately. No question about it. Especially with the ultimates they're showing right now. Has the needlework available, which is going to be so strong. They want the 4th tournament. They want the 4th championship for Faker. Of course, they have the Twisted Advance available, and it's ADC banaways because it's all supports and all ADCs left. It's just bot lanes left to lock in, so... This is huge. And remember, the winner of this has their work cut out for it. I didn't mention it earlier. The winner of this is facing JDG. So the winner of this is going to have to go through the golden road. Like, the potential golden road. And as we've seen, KT won game 1 and JDG were big mad about it. So they steamrolled them for 3 straight games and just made them a footnote. They're going to be a little footnote on the page, on the Wikipedia page now for the golden road and for a League of Legends Grand Slam. If it does happen, and that's going to be great. Though, you may say it's a bit unfair to have to go through this. You got to go through what you got to go through. Oh, shoot. Guma Yushi saying it's Varus. And we have seen Varus. So it will stay at 16 ADCs for the time. Actually, I didn't count Neela, so it is 17, I believe. So I do believe it is 17 ADCs played at the World Championship so far. And Aphelios wouldn't be a bad answer into this, but oh god, no, wait, hold on. Whoa. Hey, whoa, let's not... Don't do it. Don't you guys do it. It's not Zeri, so it's not bad. Hong onto the Rakan. I don't think Gumo is going for the Rakan, or Kerio is going to go for the Rakan anyway, so it is kind of a free Rakan pick here for Hong. As I do believe this is going to be it. I want to say it's I don't know. I don't believe it's going to be Ashe, but it's T1. They can play whatever they want. It's Guma Carrion. It's going to be the Ashe. Though you heard the crowd kind of for both of them like, "Oh," but it could have been either. Could have been Ashe, could have been Kalista, which is picking up steam currently in like, oh, it's so weird. Kalista support is picking up like traction right now, but it will be Ashe. We haven't seen Guma carry on Ashe Varus in months. Guma, a menace on this though. I mean, He's a menace on the Varus. We know he's so good at it. We've seen it before at Worlds. And so T1, I mean, it's not even considered in the meta right now, but you can never count out Keria and Guma because they are just so damn good at what they do. I mean, depending on how you count Pays and Ruler, it's either Guma and Keria are the second best ADC and best support in Korea, or they're the best ADC and best support in Korea. So it's a really, I mean, no matter how you put it, Keria is widely regarded as probably the best in the game right now because of his flexibility, because of his abilities and mechanics, and it's just so scary. And now they have a matchup that they've played to death. They know Ashe Varus like the back of their hands because of how often they played it throughout the spring and summer. I mean, I think it was spring split. It was meta. It was terrible. I love Varus. I hate Ashe. Ashe is so awful. Zeri, Lulu, Ashe, Varus was pain to watch. It was the worst meta. Anyways, into game 2. I do think Aphelios Rakan is very fun. I've been playing a lot more Rakan recently. I fell out of playing Rakan because I've been playing ADC, but I love playing Rakan. He's so much fun. And, yep, this is the pain of playing in to carry on a nice abscond abdunked from Faker and Keria throwing out that heal and Bard Badoo throwing out the Bard emote. W's all around for T1. They do burn the heal for that, but they just chase down Hung. They get the pressure. They get vision control. They do whatever they want. Keria, no way. Okay. Sorry, I'm checking this. So, as the commentators are saying, and you can't hear, Hong was forced to go W level 1. You do not go W level 1 in pro play. In solo queue, you do. In solo queue, you always go W level 1. But in pro play, you go Q level 1. It is a good zoning tool. It is healing, and it is a little bit of poke. So it is very valuable to have as a Rakan early game. And Scout just keeping that first strike down on Faker on rotation. But anyways, we will see the value of that come through. Though they're less movable, but it's just so dangerous. Guma, Keria, the double Halo Blades. This is what made Ashe Varus so painful to play against. And continues to make it so painful to play against, even as it's not the most meta, because I do believe these two have got... I believe it was actually Varus that faced the brunt of the nerfs, but Varus and Ashe both can run Halo Blades, stack up so much value, as Varus can full stack his passive, his W passive immediately, and Ashe is, well, Ashe, and will just be a pain in the neck no matter what. It's just so much slow and so much damage coming out quickly from a very, very strong pairing. And look at that. They've just... Gala and Hong haven't been able to touch the wave. It's 15-6 in CS right now. And the trade has been crazy for Guma and Keria. They've just been able to constantly throw trades into Gala and Hong, and they couldn't have been able to answer them besides using potions. Because they have full wave control, and will for a while until Hong's able to jump forward, especially because Hong wasn't able to go Q level 1, so he wasn't able to heal up Gala. Because he had to run without burning his flash. He'd rather start with a bad spell than burn his flash away. And now, coming through, flash for flash on Scout and Owner, but Owner has Hex Flash, so it's kind of okay. Scout now is a sitting duck. And Owner will just give over this Scuttle Crab. There we go. And that's... honestly, getting that Scuttle is pretty good for Tarzan, obviously, but the thing still is that they were able to get Scout's Flash, and as Chase, that is such a valuable tool. Oh my god, don't tell me. But Jace is just so useless without Flash in terms of safety. He just can't do anything. Uh-oh. And they have the control back. Faker's just going real low here. Every time I watch Faker, it's just like, it's so surreal. And now coming in from behind here, actually. Tarzan looking for a dive. Is just going to be able to flash away. And Scout going to jump onto him, the Kingslayer. Does he have the healing? Scout gets away. First blood to the LNG mid laner. And finally, the understudy says hello. And owner can't chase him down. And Faker doesn't have flash here, so he can't chase really well. And there's no speed boost coming in from teleport until unleashed. So Scout's in kind of a rough spot despite getting that. He doesn't have teleport here. As you can see, he backed earlier. And so Faker's just going to get wave control. And this is also what's really good about having that Ashe support, having an ADC as support pretty much. You have so much damage coming through. Thing is, buys the space, but he walks forward is kind of the issue here. He walks forward, doesn't have the Abduct available. The Abduct actually wore off. I do believe Abduct is only 2 seconds, so not even 2 seconds. Oops, I almost typed the wrong thing. And, oh my goodness. Aggressive. That's it. Yeah, Abscond has no additional details. It's very stupid. 3.5 seconds. He actually was able to, I believe. I believe he was able to use Abduct. Oh, no, wait. No, he didn't. Never mind. Because he absconded away from the W and then flashed. So the chains were not available to re-engage onto Scout, which I think is what he was hoping for. The root goes down onto Keria, but Gala, 12 CS behind. It is just so difficult to farm into double range when you have a Rakan, especially when the support or one of those champions is Ashe. Just so strong. There's a reason. And Hong just able to survive. I don't think Keria is going to have anything else to throw out there. Nope, just going to try and go for Gala. They're going to take this plating. Is that flash off of Hong, though, at least, if they can get something? Keria just walking forward. No, Hong still has flash, so that's actually really good for them. 17 CS behind. Gala has to recall, too. So that's going to be more turret platings over to T1's bot. And I think they know. And owner knows to stay away from the brushes. But doesn't believe in it. Actually just going to go for the heralds here. So now he's spotted out. Oh. And he's doing the same thing he did at game 1, if you remember. But Hong is up here after his tragic death. Tarzan spotted out on his blue. They also spot out all of LNG pretty much in this top sector of the map. And so Faker hiding. Not on bush, but hiding. And not going to spot out Tarzan, actually. Yeah, that hawk shot does not spot out Tarzan or the buff being taken. Hong doesn't have 6. Guma has the tendrils in a moment. He has, in just a moment, the chain of corruption. Is going to have Rakan ulti available as well for Faker, which doesn't sound normal, but I promise. Has the hijacked ultimate available. And they're going to bail. They're just wasting LNG's time here. And now Carrier backing. And Guma's just going to recall as well. And Owner just able to take over this Herald. It will be at least a plating to Scout, which is something. I guess. They're going to try and get something bot side. They spotted out Guma and Carrier. But they know. Oh, the teleport coming in now from, I believe, Faker. As he's looking to get Gala here. The arrow lands, canceling the Q from Gala, but there's going to be nothing in return. Faker doesn't have the ultimate available anymore, actually. I think he lost the ultimate after so long. And now there's no Nature's Grasp. And Faker going to steal it for himself. Tarzan going to flash over the wall, and now T1 look to get the dragon. They have three ultimates available, actually, right now. And those are very good. Nature's Grasp for Faker, which is going to do a lot of damage comparatively as well. Owner's Magnet Storm and Guma's Chain of Corruption. And they're just going to give. And again, we see a team go 6-0 on Drakes already. Scout? It does have the damage. I don't know if he has the health to fight Faker. I don't think Faker has the damage quite yet. They're just about even, though. The objective advantage and the Herald available for T1 is going to just be a bit better for them than anything else. And now the Chain of... Or not the Chain of Corruption. And the ulti flash out from Scout. The Nature's Grasp is what I meant to say out. And now the crash down on to Scout. Does Faker secure the kill? The Kingslayer will come through. The crash comes through as well, and Faker's able to secure the not solo at all Bolo on to Scout. And now kill for kill. And the turret coming, or the Herald crashing. So turret plates also over to Faker. Now the teleport coming through. Hong and Guma able to jump away. Hong flashing forward now. Guma not hitting the Chain of Corruption. And there goes Guma Yushi. Gala secures the kill. The teleport from Zika coming through to pressure some spells out from T1's bot lane. Icaria will get away, but Guma will not, but he's still 22 CS ahead, and I think that just about evens out the gold. Duskblade for Guma. And now it's pretty even still, just under 1,000 for T1 though. But now, yep, here come Guma and Carrier into the mid lane. There's Gala. These ADCs and supports coming into the safer lane. And now T1... I mean, they're still pretty ahead here. And Carrier just gonna stare down Hong and Tarzan. It's gonna be really hard for T1 to really get anything going here. They do have the map control, yes, and all that stuff, but it's just, they gotta keep the pressure on. Who is still in this tournament? They do need to keep the pressure on LNG, because if not, LNG are just going to be able to roll over them later. That Jace is going to be laying in so much damage. It's going to be really hard to shred through Tarzan later. This ulti coming through. Hong jumps away from the Enchanted Crystal Arrow and will survive. So, ulti on low CD, to be fair. It's pretty fine. And there at least hasn't been a massive misplay from LNG, so they are honestly doing better than before. And Faker, Scout, looking for level 11. Ooh. Carry. And, well, seeing Faker only ahead 127 is much better than seeing Faker ahead 1,527. So, improvement, okay? Just any kind of improvement. And this range from T1 is going to be where they have to abuse their advantage because Ashe and Guma, or not Ashe and Guma, Ashe and Varus are going to be such long-range champions. It's just best to try and abuse that power to your advantage. They're going to get the first turret down, though, for Gumayushi to get the bonus gold. We'll split the local with owner and carry, but that's honestly not the end of the world. And you see a pretty even gold diff in this bot lane, despite the insane insane CS diff for Guma. And now jumping forward, actually, Tarzan is going to be able to go in, and maybe T1 biting off more than they can handle right now. A nice crash down, but the chain of corruption is going to land on the Hong only. But here comes Faker, and here comes Scout now. Or that's Zika. Zika goes immune. And now, ultimate available. And there's the Nature's Grasp out. We'll get rid of the needlework. We'll get rid of the quickness and the Nature's Grasp on the other side. Vicaria on the wrong side of the map will be able to back up, though, with owner nearby. T1, how do you find a fight there and survive? That was just such a wild fight, and it's not even going to secure any kills, but owner and the rest of T1 just get so much pressure off of it that they're going to get a third dragon. There was just no chance they continue to go forward there or contest T1. Because Faker is about to have hijack back. And Carrier has enchanted crystal arrow. So it's just really difficult. And the owner, even without ultimate, is terrifying. And Zaves without ultimate is still pretty terrifying. And they will at least trade a Rift Herald for it. And now the enchanted crystal arrow lands on to Scout. But nothing going to be able to come through Faker. Just not fast enough yet. Or at all, I guess. I don't know. He doesn't really have an ultimate that allows him to do anything there. And there's a minion in the way. Faker's just dancing. Are you kidding me? Just dodging everything they throw at him. And now it's a Herald at least. That is bare minimum. Scout will get this top tier 1. So now the side lanes, once again for LNG, are open. And with Scout and Zika, they have pretty good side laning available. But it's just going to be on, can they get it going before T1 just blow them out of the water? And owner steals it. Rel's damage to monsters with full tilt is absolutely insane. And we've seen it do so much. We saw him steal an entire dragon yesterday. And just completely blow through the... Actually, no, we didn't. Because it didn't even happen. JDG just walked up to it and smited it. That was fun. That was a really stupid one. Yeah, that's why Cuz is serial grade for Cuz. Faker takes top tier 1. And there it is. Boom. That's it. And now it's the calm of farming. It's the calm of not having to do anything for the time being because there's nothing coming up for 30-something seconds, and it's not going to be fought over anyways. Owner on Vision, And now Nashor's Tooth coming through for Zika. I believe that is the first. Yep, that is the first 2-item champion in this game. Though we should be seeing a lot of them come through. Faker's almost finished with this hourglass. I think Manamune is pretty close to being complete for Guma, but actually it doesn't even have nearly as much CS as Zeus, so no. I don't think Zeus is going for the Maw second. Though maybe he is. Players have a tendency to hang on to the Hex Shrinker. It's already pretty solid on its own, so no need to get anything else. We're seeing the IE come through for Gala. Damn. Does that pop up? I'm assuming that does. Sorry, I'm messing around with my monitor. Okay, it kind of does. I'm messing with my monitor right now. Like that's spelled wrong. That says quarterfinals. I'm sorry, guys. That is spelled wrong. Do all of them say quarterfinals? I gotta go check now. Because I'm stressed because I did use the same text for all of them. They all say quarterfinals, so I have to redo them anyways for thumbnails. Oh well, back to the game. Hong gets the deep vision, but it's gonna be going pretty quick actually. There, I don't remember what the height of my monitor was at. What's the highest I can put it? Too high. There's your answer. It's too high. That's too low. Oh my goodness. It's finicky. And now we're seeing this vision fight, though. Around... Oh, and now we're going to have to see it around the dragon because... Actually, there's two... It's 2 Rift Arrow. It's 2 control words on the Baron. So, yeah, that's the vision fight over on the Baron. But the vision fight for Drake is really important because Korea's favorite soul is pretty valuable. Can they get it? Yes! Just narrowly. T1 stopped the charge onto the tier 1 turret. And now Faker finds Hong. The ultimate from Ashe going to find Tarzan, but that's not really going to matter. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow not landing onto a valuable target. And they're going to at least use that to push forward. And Zika trying to get some damage onto Owner. Will has true damage, so it's fair enough that you'd want to do that. Zika running away. Zeus going to land the first Q, but he's charging up for more. Faker has the quickness available. And when he wants to, can steal Nature's Grasp after, but now Nature's Grasp out for the original team. But the quickness immediately on to Zika and Faker running away from Hong, with who has the real one. Owner will fall to Gala, who has so many chakram. Zeus. Is this going to be a Faker? Secures the first kill. It's going to be a kill for Gumayushi. Now on to Hong. Tarzan flashes over the wall. Is there going to be any chase? No. T1 will go 1 for 2, and they will win this Drake fight, and they will start the dragon. Those Tarzan still here. Is he going to go for the soul? Is he going to go for the steal? I don't know. He doesn't have flash, so I don't even think he's going to make it overtime. T1 secure the Cloud Soul, and that is going to be so good for Zeus, Owner, and Faker. Carrier and Guma don't care. But this is so scary now, because that's going to be an Aatrox running at you even faster. And what matters is Owner. All 4 members of LNG that aren't named Zika are just just stuck, doing nothing. And Gumayushi, Carrier, Faker are just allowed to do whatever they want. And they're going to try and look to do anything. Vision control around the Baron, but it's just going to be so difficult here because T1 have full control. They're just so much stronger than LNG right now. Here goes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow and the jump over the wall, but the grand entrance for Hong will keep him alive. If not, Owner was fully ready to run into the bird and just kill him dead. Owner going to eat an accelerated shock blast like it's nothing. T1 are just... I mean, it's not even complete domination. It's a subtle domination of LNG here. They will smite away the blue buff from Owner, but it's just so slight. Just winning fights in small ways, in just stacking objectives. They aren't winning through complete just crushing like we've seen some teams do, where they just destroy and it's 15 kills to 2. The kills are pretty even for most of the game, and the only thing that really tells you the game is out of reach for one team is the objectives and their turrets being gone. It's just crazy how well they're maneuvering these fights to at least get something even when it's low kill counts. They're getting 1 extra kill, 2-to-1 trades every time, and it's crazy that they are, or 1-to-1 even. Just making it a 1-to-1 is such a valuable move for T1 here. And now Zika jumping forward, going to be able to dodge the Shattering Strike with the Hallowed Mist. And T1 are not in a rush. This is what just defined SKT, and this is what will define and continues to define the T1 organization. The patience they have exemplified and have just always had is incredible, and allows to incredibly great maneuvering around team fights. And you can see this. They're not rushing in for a team fight. They're not running in to find something. They're very calmly even just sitting and waiting and burning out LNG's reserves of wards and pushing in this bot lane to force an answer. And now they're just going to take it back. And LNG can't push forward. They have no more wards to put down. They only have 2 more wards to put down. They can't really walk forward, and they can't start sneaking anything without T1 knowing. Look at this vision control. River Brush, Tri-Brush first, even Tri-Brush, Mid-Brush, and the Baron itself, and they even have jungle entrances covered. There is no place LNG could try and sneak up through that T1 wouldn't know and immediately be able to answer from. And they're just going to sit. LNG need to find a place that actually allows them to enter the river or find a pick on T1. It's just not possible. Owner is playing so responsibly now. And Keria and Guma are not face checking. They are respecting the control. Not even the control. They're respecting the option LNG have to just jump onto someone if they do choose to overextend. And now T1, with this control, can just leave. They can just keep walking back and pushing out lanes because LNG can't go anywhere without T1 knowing where they are already. Because if they tried to trade LNG, T1 lose for the time being. And here comes the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. It's not going to land. It's just going to miss. Faker throwing out the Nature's Grasp just in case it did land, though. And now Owner, nice buffer there. And now there's the ulti out from Tarzan, and that's so much damage. Tarzan will get the Radiant Virtue out, but they don't win that situation because now they don't have Nature's Grasp. They don't have their major engage ability. And T1, I mean, again, win a cooldown trade. So well played there. Oh my god. I know it just sounds like I'm being the ultimate T1 fan. Like, I'm standing T1 so hard, but they are just playing this so well. Using the threat of darkness and potential overextensions on champions that are safe to overextend on. Like Rel, like Aatrox. Well, Aatrox is actually just side laning. But Rel and Silas, you can safely walk forward on and get out of if you need. I punched my pop filter. I am sorry. And they're getting cooldown advantages. And that is so incredibly important in this team comp because they can't just walk forward and just straight team fight LNG right now 100% of the time. And now the Elder is spawning in T1. Actually, you might think LNG have the advantage here because LNG have successfully just wasted T1's time. But T1 don't care because they're just scaling. Because now Guma has 3 items. I mean, yes, both ADCs have 3 items now, so that's actually huge. But now Guma is so much stronger, and now they might have just caught out a key part of LNG as Zika, the tank shredder on their team, is forced to use the Hallowed Mist, and now T1 can start to push into the river. T1 are perfectly fine with wasting LNG's time. And they're perfectly fine with just waiting and burning like cooldowns on the side of LNG. They're fine with trying to get Tarzan's ultimate out. Zeus, just carry actually. A bit of a tricky situation, but now Owner just running away. And now LNG in a good position here to actually take advantage. LNG Gala doesn't have the best guns for fighting, but Zika going to be found by Zeus, and Zeus just going to run around and stay away. Zeus, if he gets blown up, this could be huge for LNG, but Scout's gonna get found, and it's going to be a kill to open this fight for Zeus, and now the crashdown comes through, and now Zeus with a kill. Well, it's actually Guma's kill. Zeus, not Zeus, it's a double kill now onto Zika. Tarzan, and there's going to be the teleport coming through for Faker. He's going to start pushing this out. Hong trying to jump onto Guma Yushi, but it's not going to work. Guma goes on a killing spree. There's the teleport out from Zeus, and T1 have finally broken through LNG. Tarzan gets executed by Guma Yushi there, and I think it is over. They waited so long. They waited until LNG misstepped, and now they are 1 win away from denying LPL their perfect worlds. They deny, well, they're close to denying LNG and the LPL their perfect semifinals run for the World Championships, as they are 1 win away from the semis themselves. And I think I reiterated the same thing like 4 times there. I'm sorry. It's a thing I do. But it is so crucial for T1 to get that win in their way, because that is not what we've seen a ton of teams do. Like, oh, wait, hold on. I want to see that sign. No! That sign was a joke about all the teams T1's beat. Damn it. I wanted to see it. There's a Cloud9 joke. There's a Liquid joke in there. And I think there was a... there's a Billy Billy joke in there. I don't know how, but... T1 play their style of League of Legends. We know teams in those positions who would have absolutely jumped at the bit once Tarzan burned his ulti to run in there and just try and kill him. But T1 know their style. They know they aren't a team that wants to just do massive team fights all the time, though they can. But they're a team that is patient. They wait for the right moment to strike, and they did just that. They kept making LNG defend the Baron, and then when they rotated over to the Elder Dragon, they misstep about a minute after Drake spawn, and LNG paid the ultimate price. 1 team fight is all it took for T1 to put LNG on the brink of missing the semifinals and ruining the LPL's, the LPL's strive for perfection. So will LNG battle back and push this to a game 4? Will T1 put the nail in the coffin and make sure the LCK makes top 4, and more importantly, keeps T1's streak of never missing top 4 at Worlds alive? And T1 are on the verge of knocking out LNG from Worlds 2023 as we get into draft of Game 3 immediately. 2-0 for T1 right now, and LNG don't look like they have any answers at all to T1's plays. It has just been T1 playing how they want to, and that is the slow, patient, and methodical League of Legends we have come to know for the team for over the years. Though they have been able to, obviously, they're capable of mixing up. We've seen them do it We saw them do it last year where they mixed it up to play a more more aggressive, hyperactive style. Proactive is the word I was looking for. And we saw it against teams like Team Liquid and C9 where they were orchestrating massive dive plays and massive aggression and showing off their aggression as Zika takes the Orianna pick 1. Azir is available for Faker. Boom. Anyways, we've seen this team able to throw down with the best of them, but LNG has not been able to push this team to do much different than usual. And I think they're just going to take the Azir here. Faker, a champion he's now renowned for. I mean, not renowned, but he's well known for his Azir now. I mean, he's known for so many champions. LeBlanc, Orianna, not Karma. Sorry, I had to do it. But he's so well known on so many champions. That's just how adept he is at the game. And how terrifying it's been to stare him down throughout a decade plus now. Jesus Christ, this is 10 years of Faker's destruction and owner onto the Poppy. And Tarzan going to answer with the Sejuani. T1 thought about it and handed it over. And it will be Sedge for Tarzan. He's played it a ton. I don't know if any pro enjoys playing Sedge, but they do. T1 Scout fighting. There's a lot of boos coming through because T1's winning from the LNG side. They are not happy that T1 is in such a strong position. And Scout will get Zika his Renekton. Renekton's been getting smackdown. Like, we've been seeing a lot of teams put the smackdown on Renekton. So, it's kind of, what the heck is this at? Anyways, it's kind of just, we'll see. It's a very fluctuating performance. Why can't I talk today? I can't form sentences. His performances are usually very fluctuate often between good and terrible, so we're going to have to wait and see. And Renata coming through for carry, and that's just terrifying. There's so many champions Guma can go on to. Gala taken off of this Caitlyn into the Renata pick. Just not something you want to see very often. Kalista taken away. We've seen Kalista banned alone. So now that you have Renata locked in, Kalista is a must ban. She's just too strong to leave up, really. Now Kai'Sa taken away, and that's already 4 ADC bans. It's going to be really, really hard to find an ADC that's going to work because T1 are probably going to take Aphelios if you leave it up. They're probably going to take Aphelios here. Or maybe even Draven. And Gnar taken away from Zeus. He's proven he can play it into Renekton multiple times. There's no reason for LNG to even ask the question of is he willing to pick the Gnar because he more than is. And are they going to put it with Guma's Ashe? I don't know. I think they could take the Aphelios here, but they will put it with the Varus. They are putting the trust in Guma on this champion. And Aphelios back into the Varus. And now with the Milio in hand, Gala is going to be playing from very far away. Guma's going to have to find a way to answer it. And T1 are building an interesting comp here, honestly. I'm very intrigued. And is this going to be Zeus on the Jace? We haven't seen many players successfully take Jace into the top lane this world. Mostly non-Asian players have tried to take Jace into the top lane and failed. But Zeus, I do believe, much like Scout, is a bit better than most players at the Jace, though Scout did not have an incredible game. He did have some moments. But Zeus, I think, is known for his Jace play a little bit. Do believe Faker is more known for his Jace, among other things. He was known for Kha'Zix. Well, everyone was known for Kha'Zix back then. Come on. It's Kha'Zix. Or Nidalee. Oh my god, Faker's Nidalee. Now is not the time to reminisce. Now is the time to talk about the comp ahead of us. And LNG have a pretty solid comp. Not even a question. They have a very solid comp here. They can buff up this Aphelios, and they have so much tankiness and zoning available with the Shockwave for combo plays. Or they have the Shockwave available for peel if they want to throw somebody off of their ADC. They have Renekton and Sejuani to just walk forward. Orianna's going to be there as kind of as she has commonly been throughout her history as a champion, the jack of all trades. But T1 drafting again a T1 comp. Thunder God Zeus, LPL Downs, T1 win. Yeah, T1 are the last everything for anyone who is not an LPL fan. As there's no one left outside of the LPL but T1. There's only 5 teams here, and 4 of them are Chinese, so the LPL is already dominating this World Championships, and T1 are going to have to be... They're going to be the Spider-Man to the train. Owner, walking forward, does not give a damn. Tarzan, he does not care for your mere anything. He will walk forward, and you will like it. He's just going to keep throwing things. He just keeps throwing the shield at Tarzan. He's just throwing the buckler. It's not that much damage, honestly. Tarzan's going to be able to heal that off of first buff. Scout and Faker just walking around each other. And I think Scout spotted out Faker. And Faker and Scout just trading each other. Just all the health. Why not? Burn potions. What is going on the desk today? Oh, Hong gets sniped by Keria, even though there's no aim at all in this game. Literally, it's all just point and click for Renata level 1. And Scout and Faker just... Oh my god, I refuse to believe this is the first time these two have thrown down. But I wouldn't be shocked if it is the first time these guys have really thrown down the best of 5, because they have been just the best at avoiding each other for like 7 years now. 6, 7 years. They've just been able to juke each other constantly. Owner's here, and Tarzan's coming over. Owner knows. Oh, and it's actually going to land onto Tarzan first, and Owner is in a big hole here. He needs to run away. And now the buckler, he's going to be shielded up here. He's going to go for the steal. He's just going to jump on to Tarzan. Flash, E forward, and Owner gets first blood for T1. They're first of the tournament, of the series, actually. I do believe it is the first blood for T1, and now Owner is massively ahead. Steals the blue buff away, gets first blood. That's 400 extra gold. And T1 already up 2-0, and they're only seeming to ramp up as this series goes on. Oh, Zeus jumping forward onto Zika, and now Tarzan trying to trade it back. Here comes Owner, though, trying to flip the script on to Tarzan. Flash out of Tarzan, and Owner is just a beast this game. Owner is just the man right now. He is putting Tarzan in his place. And if you've seen the discourse entering the series, it's been Zeus and Owner are absolute anchors to this T1 roster. If Faker, Guma, and Keria got a better top laner, signed one of the top tier top laners like Doran, or they got a better jungler, Peanut returns to SKT, they would be the unbeatable gods of Korea, but they have Zeus and Owner. But Zeus and Owner right now, it's kind of been that way since Worlds 2022 when Owner had a pretty rough time at Worlds and has had a rough time at MSI. It seems to be a trend with Korea's teams. Like, Damwon really fell behind because of their bot lane. Not this bot lane. 2021, they failed because their bot lane was not that strong comparatively. And T1 seems to be falling apart because their jungle top aren't that strong, but they are just proving people wrong at the moment. T1 looked like they couldn't play League of Legends after Faker left. But Owner right now, in this World Championships, proving that T1 are a 5-man unit, not just 3 guys and sandbags. And look at this. This is something that only an incredibly skilled jungler would be able, or not only, but this is something that one of the best junglers would be able to know like the back of his hand. And now Hong trying to get them to go forward, but Gala just pushed away by the heroic charge of Owner, but Owner might have overstepped now, but Gala doesn't have the Gravitum Eclipse or whatever the heck it's called, like Binding Eclipse. Dude, his skill names are so edgy, I know. There's some pretty good ones. Duskwave is a fire name for an ability. I do believe it is like Binding Eclipse. It is Binding Eclipse. I've been learning. Faker, nice trade onto Scout. Not going to be able to jump forward just yet for the divide, but so much burned Owner. Just everything. He has been everything this game, and we're only 6 minutes in. Solos the enemy jungler, steals the camps away, keeps his bot lane alive, keeps Zeus alive. Everything is coming up Owner. And this is what T1 fans wanted when they saw this team return to Worlds, return to form in playoffs, except for including beating Genji, or losing to Genji. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real for 2 seconds. Fully believed that they were going to lose to Genji because Genji were just unbeatable throughout LCK. But they can't beat Chinese teams, and it seems to be a problem. As we saw them go home just a few days ago. T1 still here, and now they're looking damn good. And this is a 5-man unit T1. This is a T1 that is fully eyes set on the championship. Nothing will do. Even if they have to go through, they'll have to go through JDG either way. Either they would have met them in finals or in semifinals, so they might as well get it out of the way. LNG, though, this team looked so good all summer, but now they are just falling apart at the hands of T1. They can't find purchase anywhere. They have a good CS lead in mid right now, but they need to be able to push that elsewhere. They need to punish Faker for being behind, or they need to get Scout active to go actually do something on this map to really push this gold advantage. You see it in the items already. We saw this happen to Scout in Game 1. Faker's on Boots and a Doran's ring, and Scout is on a Lost Chapter already. But it's just gotta do something with that if you want to really be able to prove anything. And right now, Faker's losing this 1v1 for the time being, but Owner got the dragon. Owner's soloing the Herald right now. It's just T1, even when they're behind, seem to be just controlling this game. And now that the items are even, though the efficient gold lead is pretty even by now. Effective gold lead. That's the word I use. I keep forgetting what I actually call it, even though I call it that consistently. But maybe, if this dive works, this will be huge for LNG. Going to throw in the ultimate, but the chain of corruption comes out. Tarzan just tanking it up into the bailout now. He needs to dodge it, and he will just survive, but here comes Faker, and this could be huge. The Berserk onto everybody, and a massive shuffle for Faker, but no damage is coming through. Gala is going to be able to survive for the time being, and there goes Owner over the wall. Does he have the chase down? The airborne with the keeper's verdict, but Gala's surviving for the time being, and T1 can't find the kills. Are you kidding me? LNG, this is what you've been looking for, and it's a massive, massive fight win for LNG there. They burned so much, and Zeus is fighting Zika right now. It's about even. LNG just barely escaped. Tarzan's at 0 health there. Gala was barely alive. Look at how they execute this, and it's so well done, though. Keria doesn't have the hostile takeover yet. Just able to survive. Are you kidding me? Gala was just shredding Guma. And then when he gets it, there's still minions alive. So Gala's not taking damage yet from the turret. And has heal available. There's just so much going right. Oh my goodness. And T1, I mean, that's their first massive misplay of this series. And LNG are going to need to push that advantage. Because I don't see many more of those coming through. But you see this lead now coming up for Scout. And this can be absolutely massive in flipping this game. And now Tarzan here catches out Keria. And now the chains coming out onto Gala. Tarzan taking a good amount of damage here. Gala going to try and flip it back onto Guma, but Guma's ramped up, and there goes the Vigil. But Guma secures the solo kill with the help of his friend. And the shield from Hong, the warm hugs do not matter in the face of, money, in the face of corporations. Guma just so aggressive there, knows he can take that fight and proves that he was more than capable of doing it. And now Owner in a tough situation here. Keeper's verdict available, actually, if he wants to just throw this out, but it doesn't seem it's going to be needed. The shuffle forces the flash out of Tarzan, and Owner's just going to stand here. Keeper's verdict not needed. He's going to have it up in like 10 seconds. Where is it? It's going to pop forward. Yeah, there it is. It's bugged. It's always bugged. And it's going to be a second Drake. It is 10 to nothing. And now Guma caught out Keeper's verdict. Charging up. Gonna find nobody, though. This can be absolutely huge. As Zika jumps into the backline. Is not stunned up by this bail. Or not by the bail, by the hostile takeover. Now Owner running away into the bailout now. And he's not going to be able to survive. Zika secures the kill onto Owner. And this could be a huge turnaround. Hong just stares down Guma Yushi. And this could be huge for for LNG. But the chain of corruption coming up here for Guma, actually. If LNG misstep, this could be the end of their bot. They could be seeing not a pretty play coming through. The warm hugs available, or not the warm hugs, the breath of life available for Hong. But now, the chain of corruption onto Zika. Nice stun, and Faker's good to secure the first kill. Tarzan needs to run away. Faker with the chase, though, with the shifting sands. And the conquering sands double kill for the unkillable Demon King. And now he is back in this game. And T1 continue to find ways to win these fights, really. And now they're about 1,000 gold ahead, just a bit over. And this all starts with the chains. Great chains from Guma Yushi. Incredible stun from Keria. And then Faker just showing his mastery of Azir. With the, oh my goodness, is able to use conquering sands and shifting sands so well. And it is massive as T1. We saw the patient side of T1 just last game, but we've also seen them able to throw down with the best with the teams who are the best at 5v5s and 3v3s. And Zeus 50. I mean, it's not 50. It's almost 50. It's 46 CS ahead right now, and it's absolutely massive. And make it 50. Back down to 44. 46. Sorry, guys. But absolutely massive. Just, I mean, Scout is just going to get shoved back into the turret. Is the turret going to be able to finish it? No, but the shockwave burned from Scout, and it's just going to be so painful. That's not even Faker with a full item. He doesn't have Nashers. He doesn't have... I mean, I'm assuming he's not going for Crown here. I do believe Faker is going for the burn on the Azir, and that's just going to be terrifying to face down. And now, back onto the Rift Herald. Guma just zoning them away with his ease. And Tarzan can't even walk forward. It's going to be secured by Guma, actually. Owner just giving over, I think it is 200 gold if you kill it with a lot of people around. Depends. It actually does split a lot. Oh, Herald gives a ton of gold now. I have no clue. I'm going to look this. I'm going to check, actually, because it does give a lot. And now Owner just zoning them away, and Zeus is going to get the first turret here. It's 100 for the Slayer and 100 for every player around. Or 100. Ah. Really, it feels like more. But whatever. And now, Faker jumping onto Zika, and Zeus is going to secure the kill with the front flip forward. And it's just Faker taking over the map on this Azir. And now Owner fighting Tarzan, going to get stunned up by that permafrost, but Tarzan is just not in a position to run. And now Hong takes half of his health from the Chain of Corruption. Now the teleport coming through from, not Faker, from Zeus and Faker now. They're going to be able to jump forward Scout with the ultimate. The Keeper's Verdict finds everybody, though. And now they can't run away. There is going to be no jump away. Faker will die, though. Scout gets the shutdown, but it's a double kill for Zeus. And now everyone is just so far ahead on T1. They are massive. Pain. Just absolutely massive. Look at this. I mean, Zeus does get denied engage, but this W from Owner... The steadfast presence from Owner is just frame perfect. Absolutely massive. And now Tarzan jumping in. You might have gone to the wrong side of town. The Bagala here. That's going to be a good start. And now Zika going forward. But that's an absolutely massive hostile takeover. And now Tarzan's taking so much damage. The divide will keep everyone away. Scout trying to catch Zeus out, but not going to be able to do it. Faker pushing forward with the Conquering Sands. Now he's going to the other side. He's coming in as T1 push down this tier 1. They will keep Shelly alive for the past the first charge. And now Faker's coming in to help siege this tier 2. And T1 are dominating LNG. And now it is happening. It is time for this tier 3 siege. The Sun Disc, the world's greatest passive, is here. T1 are destroying. And this is more of the brawl-willing team that we've seen at times from T1. That we saw in game 1 here. And they're willing to fight and just go absolutely off the walls. And Faker finally finishes his first item. He hadn't backed in forever, by the way. Faker finally recalls an LNG. Almost 6,000 gold behind already at 18 minutes. T1 are toying with their food here. They are just able to do whatever they want. Oh my goodness. It's just, I don't even know. I can't see a reason, but Carrier might have stepped up a bit too far. The bailout, he's just going to survive with all the shields. Guardian and the loyalty program just going to survive barely. Doesn't even need the bailout in the end, and now Owner in a bit too deep. Guma doesn't even get hit by Duskwave. He doesn't fear LNG's push. He just runs from them with Ghost. And just T1R just in full control. LNG are looking for anything they can do. Ah, that's why. I was like, why is it like 200 gold? 150, 200 split. It got nerfed in 13. We're playing on 19, by the way, so this is pre-nerf jungle. And they're just going to start the Baron. There's just no chance T1 are even worried. They just start this Baron up. They have so much damage with Guma and Faker. Burning it down, Carrier going to be able to stall them, and Baron is taken, and LNG gonna have to run, but that's an immediate jump forward onto Gala, and it's gonna force the flash out of the ADC of LNG. And now they have everything they can ask for. LNG gonna try and push down this first turret, but it will be all they can get. They're going to play them from range, and there goes the Berserk onto Scout. Tarzan gets stunned up by Owner. And they just need to book it. They will at least break down this turret, but Zeus is just pushing. There's a second wave coming in for Zeus as well. And LNG just gave up a tier 2 in exchange for a tier 1, and that's absolutely massive for T1 now. The Rage Blade finished for Gumayushi, and that's just painful. 4-0 now with 2 solo turrets to his name. Zeus is 3 items at 21 minutes. And this is T1 free firing on LNG. 8,000 gold lead. They don't even make it a fight. They're coming in with the teleport. Tarzan just has to back up and respect it. 251 CS, 80 ahead of Zika. 4-0, 2 turrets, Manamune, and Sorelda's finished with a Duskblade. Where is T? What can LNG even think of? Just the thought of Zeus gives you 20. The thought of Zeus deals 20 billion damage to you in the teleport coming in behind Faker now. They might have found the unkillable Demon King. He's going to shuffle. He's going to be able to Shifting Sands away. Here comes Scout to try and chase a carrier. A massive play to keep his mid laner alive. An incredible flash handshake. And that is why he is the best in the business. And now, T1 onto Drake Soul, Hex Tech Dragon against an Azir, and Varus is impossible. It is not fair. And now Zeus just running at Zika. He doesn't fear him anymore. He instantly half-healths him. Flash out from Zika, but the front flip, and Zeus is unstoppable. And puts T1 almost 10,000 ahead. Hong, kiss your health bar goodbye, because half of it's already gone, buddy. And T1 are just looking to end it so fast here. And it's just 20, only, they didn't even get to 3,000 on the Baron power play, but they don't care. They get soul, they get into the base, and they are just controlling the map so well against LNG here. And now LNG just looking for any angle they can get, and they're not finding anything. It is just impossible. impossible to fight T1 right now. There is no angle I can think of that will convince me this game isn't over. Hong is just losing all of his health. Zeus is just a menace. Still 90 CS ahead now. 93 CS ahead. And he's going to make it a Flame Horizon here. No, never mind. He gives the wave over to Gumayushi. I can't. He's going to break 300 before most players on LNG even break 200. Before most players in the game break through 200, and Hong just sees nothing in his health bar. It is gone. It is despawned from the map. He's not even going to get a chance to get it back. And now pushing in on 2 waves. Tarzan, where's your health going, bud? You gotta be the front line for LNG if you have the hopes of keeping on in this tournament. Gala gonna throw out the Moonlight Vigil. Scout has no health left to fight with. Owner is just gonna tank up this turret. Tarzan is falling to the wayside. LNG can't find purchase here in this game. And T1 are just going to back. Zeus hasn't missed a shock blast in so damn long. Carrier catches out Zeus and Zika, an incredible handshake forward, sends Zika to his doom. The shuffle finds Gala and he will fall. Oder takes down the last hope for LNG. And Tarzan, you better get running, because Zeus teleports to the wave to make sure you don't kill it. And now it is a 3v5 T1 destroy. They dismantle. They demoralize the LPL. As the hunt for number 4 continues, a nice shockwave, but it's all token gestures. It's a double kill for Guma as they finish the job against LNG and move one step closer to the 4th title for Faker. And semi-finals for T1 for, I think, the 6th or 7th time. It's 8. It's the 8th. I want to say it's 8th. I'm going to check to make sure. But now it doesn't matter how many top 4 finishes they have. T1 have a date with JDG to hopefully make it. And for LNG and the LPL, the dream is finished. There is no hopes for any LPL dominance just yet. Just no. There's just nothing left for the LPL in this series. LNG just didn't even stand a chance. They got dominated. Shut your face. Once it's face, I don't want to open Streamlabs. This was a mistake. I didn't mean to open it. But hi, say hi to my Streamlabs for me. But, oh, we didn't even get to see LNG take their bow. That's what I was waiting for. But, okay, thanks. 3-0 is the final, which was not what I was expecting here. I was expecting a massive, massive fight. But, in the end, that is really it. Like, that is the end of the conversation. T1 will not just be pushed to the side. And I'm also going to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. They didn't make 29. No, they didn't make 2022. They did make 2022. They made finals. What? 13, 15, 16. 13, 15, 16, 17, 19, 21, 22. Yeah, this is 8th. So for the 8th time in a row and all time, T1 are top 4 in the World Championships. Holy piss, T1. They didn't even give them a chance. They suffocated LNG. So no perfection for the LPL, but they still have 3 teams, and they are guaranteed a slot in the finals between either Billy Gaming or Weibo Gaming. Probably Billy Gaming. But, hey, they at least have one. Will we see an all-LPL final for the first time is to be seen, but it will not be an all-LPL final as LCK's 2 seed. Somehow, don't even make it a competition as they crush LNG in their hand. Or something. They crush LNG, the team I really wanted to see go the distance, but it really does suck that they just ran into a brick wall. A brick wall of a roster, or of a team that also is on, they are pushing for the 4th World Championship. I'm not saying this is Faker's last shot, but this is probably going to be one of the last chances Faker has to have a legitimate roster built around him to claim a World Championship, and Faker's not going to let it go. He's fallen short the past 3 trips to Worlds, and he's not going to let it pass him by a 4th time as he and T1 look the best they've looked all year against LNG and send home and shatter the dreams of LPL fans everywhere, but keep the hopes of LCK fans and T1 fans alive. And so, for now, I believe the next matches are the 11th, so in 6 days, let me go check the actual. That'd be smart, wouldn't it? To actually know what the hell I'm talking about? Man, that'd be so smart. So smart. So, in 6 days, Weibo Gaming and Billy Gaming will face off, and you'll see me again for the semifinals. And then the day after, JDG and T1 face off in the matchup of, this has to be the matchup of the year, right? JDG T1. This is a matchup most people were expecting for the World's Finals, and we're going to see it in semis because the universe is cruel to us. A rematch of winners' finals. This series went to 5, and it was so close to being T1 top 2, but JDG, they're going to have to find a way to do it again to secure the Golden Road, to secure the Grand Slam. T1 will just need to find the better of JDG one last time and put a sledgehammer to the Golden Road and pave their own to the World's Finals. So, for now, that is the kimchicast. I'm Box Kimchi, who is always on center and never shreds the voice before doing this at all. Trust me, I would know. Have a good night.